We're good.
Okay. Good evening. I'd like to welcome you all, and I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you're able, could you stand and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance?
Be careful.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next item of business is the review and approval of the agenda.
So, Madam President, I would make a recommendation for an amendment to include item F, creation of a Director of Technology position.
What are you doing?
Okay. You've all heard the superintendent's recommendation to add item F for creating a position for the technology. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President.
Yes, Mrs. Reese?
I so move.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Yes, ma'am. I'll second.
Thank you, Mr. Halbert. The recommendation has been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Our next item of business is the consent agenda, the review and approval of accounts payable voucher listings, review and approval of the minutes of the regular session on March 23rd, 2026, review and approval of the minutes of the special session on April 13th, 2026, and the review and approval of the minutes of the executive session on April 13th, 2026. Are there any questions? If not, I'll assume there's consensus and we'll move on. Next item of business is recognition. We have some spotlight recognitions.
I don't know who wants to go first.
Go ahead.
All right.
All right, so our first one, and he's not here, Alistair Binion is our spelling bee champion. So it was very exciting. Mom wasn't sure if she would make it or not. But we do have this young lady right here, Helena, scored a perfect score on her iRead was just third graders. Last year it became mandatory for second and third graders, and she was our only second grader to get a perfect score on it. So I thought this was an awesome time to recognize her and say awesome job.
Good job.
Good job.
Grandma, do you want to get a picture?
Congratulations.
That's
That is very impressive.
I have a couple spotlights I'm excited to share. The ladies first here. I want to congratulations to Hannah Wright for earning the 2026 Mid-Eastern Conference Coach of the Year honors for cheerleading. Under her leadership, the team are three-time defending conference champions. I will tell you, when I leave, they're either in the cafeteria practicing or they're at a game cheering on a team. I'm always excited when they get to compete either in the conference or this year in Florida and show what they're made of. They are a well-oiled machine, and they represent the school in a first-class manner. So congratulations, Coach Hannah Wright. Congratulations. And Mr. Fulton has shared the trophy with you already, right?
Yes.
Okay. Our next spotlight for April is Coach Joe Wrench. I want to congratulate Coach Wrench on being named MEC Coach of the Year for girls basketball. Impressive season, finishing 15-6 during the regular season. Moreover, this is Coach Wrench's second year, and you can see the team members here building those positive relationships, holding the students accountable to do their best. They were a fun group to watch this year. They represented the school well. I'm really proud of the team. And Coach Wrench, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Give us the
No.
highlights.
Thank you all. I appreciate it. Huh? Not even for YouTube? Eh. I think I got enough videos on YouTube sitting on the sidelines, so I'll stick with that.
All right, is that it for our spotlights? Okay, you are all welcome to stay and finish our meeting if you'd like, or you may be excused if now's your time to. Yeah, you will not be offended.
Thank you.
Want to go
Can we get a
celebrate?
picture before we leave? You sure?
Sure, yes, please.
Can we get a picture of the girls there?
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Take your goggles off. Hey, it's a school event.
Oh, does that count? When you take your goggles off?
Huh?
Those are safety goggles.
I know.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you do.
Thank you.
Picture.
I support it.
Thank you all for coming. Hey, you know what I forgot for you? Yeah, I have some pasta salad in the refrigerator.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. Do you want one with Mr. Callen?
Yeah, you can come in here with us. No, stay.
Get on in there, Mr. Callen.
Stop.
Can we move back around?
Maybe we need a picture with the woman behind the man.
Yeah, you definitely need that. She's a,
Sits up with
I don't
him.
know what I would do. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Thank
We
you.
appreciate everything you do. too.
Sir, next neighbor.
Make sure it's all signed.
Good work. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Looking forward to it next year.
Yes. Just got done practice. We had 11 of us there today.
Good. Yeah.
See you later, Joe. Take care.
Thanks.
Thank you all.
Now you guys have this staggered again.
Yes.
Now I understand why we had so many. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, our next item of business, comments from patrons. They all left. Oh, okay. Next item of business, board reports. Who would like to go first?
I'll start us off.
Thank you.
All right. The junior senior high school, a mini audit of the March bank statements have been completed. We have conducted our April Student Advisory Council this past week, and that continues to be an enlightening experience hearing the students on the superintendent's committee with their ideas, and as we start to funnel that into a vision, some of the things that we're able to make happen this semester, and moving into next year. So we look forward to those on our monthly opportunities that we're able to gather. We are conducting the 7th and 8th grade state I-Learn testing. We had math last week in 100% completion and attendance. So that was good, that communication with parents and their support of having their students here. We certainly appreciate that. We'll continue that with the English language arts portion this week, starting tomorrow through Thursday. That's for 7th and 8th grade. Our junior senior prom is this Friday at the North Church venue in Muncie. So we look forward to that. That is from 7 to 11. And then upcoming, we have a career fair, which will be May 8th in the auxiliary gym. And the high school and junior high awards day will be Thursday, May 21st. And we'll publicize that and push that out at the beginning of May. We'll welcome families and parents and grandparents to the awards day. That's always an exciting morning for our students and families. Some of the highlights are medical interventions class. Teacher, Miss Finley, they attended the IU Health Ball Memorial Career Exploration Day. You got to see some different opportunities in the health field, and they were the only group that got to go to the helipad, so they were pretty fired up about that. Their tour guide really appreciated them, and very respectful groups. Bonus tour. The Academic Challenge team visited the Eskenazi Museum of Art and Lilly Library at Indiana University. Our driver, I know this one well because I went. Our driver was unable to take the minibus, so I jumped in and did the 3-hour round trip in a minibus. So it's a little numb when I got back, but we had a good time. The museum was fantastic, and then we were able to go to the Eli Lilly Museum and see some of the displays they had on traveling exhibit there as well. So it was a good day. The students appreciated a lot of what they were studying as well, so it kind of correlated to what they were doing in their academic challenge groups. Athletics, Joe Wrench, as you saw, MEC Girls Basketball Coach of the Year, Hannah Wright, MEC Cheerleading Coach of the Year. All conference student athletes, Carson Tide, boys basketball, Addison Gothrop, girls basketball, Olivia Pratcher, girls basketball, Grace Robinson, cheer, Olivia Pratcher, cheer, Riley Dory, cheer, and Emma Sampola, cheer. So successful winter season for those groups and the individuals.
So for the elementary, piggyback the helipad, my brief time as a 6th grade volleyball coach, I hope I didn't create many issues for you, but I learned or was told that a helipad and the volleyball court are the same size. So frequently when we couldn't get our serves in, I would say, listen, they can land a helicopter in here. We can't get this little ball in here. So my brief helipad learning moment there. The elementary, the budget mini audit's been completed. Have our enrollment there. We're up 5 students from where we were last year this month. Kindergarten roundup, we had 60 students, 35 out of district, which is about where we're at. I think last year we were at 58 maybe at roundup. Pretty good group. As that has grown a lot. Kevin does a lot with that. Tracy really leads that whole thing for us. But we have our resource team as part of it. Speeches in there. We bring in our PTO. So it's really kind of a all-encompassing. It used to be just come in, assess them, and get them out. And we found there's so much more we can learn about the students. So it gives us a little better picture as we build class list for them for next year. I read remediation. That's all ongoing. We'll have that retest window in the end of May. Our 2nd graders who are at risk will retest, and our 3rd graders who did not pass will retest the end of May. Anyone not passing at that point will then come to summer school, and then our 3rd graders can retest again. I-Learn testing started the 14th. That'll run through, actually maybe finish before the 3rd. But it's going well. Teachers 5th and 6th grade are testing now. They've been very impressed with the effort. Flat Rock for 6th grade is coming up the 30th and then May 1st. That is an overnight field trip, right? Kevin gets to spend the night in the
Oh, I know. I've been with him.
Oh, you've been there. Yes.
Long time ago.
Yes.
Yep.
And the kids, I mean, I think it's very cool. It goes, the kids are excited, like they know the adults that are going, and they're excited about that trip every year. So very cool that Miss Garrett kind of leads that charge. STEAM night will be on May 5th from 6 to 7:30, and I believe they're going to use the outdoor learning lab, cook some pizzas, and should be a pretty cool experience. It's always well attended. Our kindergarten concerts coming up. They're on the 22nd, our talent show, 27th, and then crazy to think that we're talking about 6th grade graduation. But and again, I always appreciate being able to use the high school gym for that. It just, remember when Cassidy graduated in elementary, and it was packed, and I think there's no way we could hold it in there any longer. So cool to have that space, and definitely is kind of special for our kids. We don't let them on the stage. We tell them you got to earn that piece in high school, but it's cool to use that venue for our graduation. And then we'll have field day our last day of school, as we generally do. So.
Thank you.
I think we can do it at the,
Okay.
yeah, I think we can wait until the action.
Okay.
Consideration, item E.
Okay. All right, then the next item of business is action regarding personnel.
And, sorry, I'm trying to pull it up here. believe we have,
The price board.
yeah,
There's the Weber.
yeah. I don't know why this is acting a little funny. Yeah, so we have a couple of volunteers. One is for the prom chaperone, Alana Weber, and then the athletic extracurricular volunteer for strength and conditioning coach, Josh Price. And I would make a recommendation to approve personnel report as presented.
Okay, we've all heard this. Are there any questions? I'm sorry. Okay, you've all heard the superintendent's recommendation to accept his personnel report. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President,
Yes, Mrs. Anthony.
I so moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Reese. Recommendation has been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, our next item of business is the consideration of fundraisers.
Well, in the dark dodgeball, that sounds dangerous.
They've done that before, didn't they?
Yeah,
I thought so.
yeah.
It was the Bobby Waters
Scholarship. But that was a
Scholarship.
little dark. That was, I played in that, it was regular lights were on.
That was been neon the last couple times, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
And now who's doing it this time? Athletic Council and boys basketball.
So, Madam President, I would make a recommendation to approve the fundraisers as presented.
All right, are there any questions? You've all heard the superintendent's recommendation to accept the fundraisers as presented. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. Halbert.
I so moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anthony. Recommendation has been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Next item of business are April donations.
We have two donations, one to support unpaid lunch fees at the elementary, and then the other one is to support the sensory room. And I don't know if there's other details, but that's from Small Town Style.
They're buying a couple of different, there's like a enclosed type solo trampoline type piece. They used to have a trampoline with a handle. Jess Smith just didn't like it being open to where if a kid were to lose balance or fall off. So just adding to that room. Another is won't say like punching bag, but like a weighted bag that students would do heavy work with. So those were items she's bought in there.
All right, are there any questions? You've all heard the superintendent's recommendation to consider the April donations. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President,
Yes, Mrs. Reese.
I so moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anthony. Recommendation has been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, the next item of business is the resolution for the transfer of funds from the education to the operations fund.
Yeah, and Ms. Markwell keeps us covered, but again, we can do up to 15% transfer from education to operations, and so we'll maximize that because again, where our budget gets hit is local tax draw, and will continue under Senate Bill 1 as again shifts in property taxes continue to occur, and so this movement is just to keep us in the black in operations.
All right, we've all heard the superintendent's recommendation. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President,
Yes, Mr. Halbert.
I so moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Mrs. Anthony. Recommendation has been moved and seconded. Mrs. Hicks, could we hear a roll call, please?
Vicky Reese.
Yes.
Ron Albertini.
Yes.
Cassie Hampton.
Yes.
Kip Corn.
Yes, I'm sorry. All right, motion carried. All right, the next item of business is the consideration of a DCS lighting project.
So Derek Gundam is with us this evening from Energy Harness, and as a few of you know, we were down in Cosba and we connected with Energy Harness about doing a lighting audit, and so just coming in and being able to kind of look over our lighting system at all our buildings, not just elementary, junior, senior, high school, but also here, as well as the bus barn. And Derek had an engineer come spend several hours, spend most of the day, and then came and sat down with Jeff, Mr. Phillips, and our head custodians of both buildings, and basically he's going to share what he found and the savings with project. I'll turn it over to you, Derek, and then you can step in whenever.
Sounds good. So yeah, we're Energy Harness. We went through and looked at all your guys' lighting through all the buildings. That's going to include the junior, senior high, the elementary, the admin building here, and the transportation building over there. Everything that you see on here is based off of everything that is not currently LED. So it's either fluorescent, metal halide. I don't think you have any of the really old incandescents, but those are the main ones that it's not. So what we looked at was what you guys can actually save switching over to LED from all of the current ones.
And I just interject because he also looked at the external lighting, which was LED.
Correct. Yeah.
And so
there are some areas like the external lighting, your gyms, I believe, are currently already LED. So some small areas, and then obviously you guys just did a lighting project at the high school for the hallways. So those are also LED. Most of everything else is going to be fluorescent or metal halide. What you're looking at is, if you look at what the top one electrical consumption there, you guys are currently spending 598,292 kilowatt hours per year on just the lighting. So this is just the non-LED lighting that you have right now is what we're including in this. If you replace it to LED, that drops down to $144,030 kilowatt hours per year. So it's going to save you over 450,000 kilowatt hours per year, which translates to 76% for just the lighting side. And if you look down, the projected value, that's going to be your dollars and cents. So if you look on a monthly basis, you guys are currently spending just under $7,500 a month on the lighting for just those non-LED areas right now. And that's a pretty conservative number. I don't go as high. I know obviously schools, the lights are on a little bit more than what we usually take into account. I really only go from 8 to 3. So anything past that, you're going to get even more savings. As Indiana Michigan Power continues to increase their rates, that savings are going to go higher there as well. But with LED, your new expenses are going to be $1,801. So that's going to save you over $5,600 every single month, which translates to over $68,000 a year that you'll save just by switching lights. So the total cost of the project, if you were to do all of it all at once for all the buildings, is $278,057.45. That is turnkey. We manufacture all of our own lighting. It is Energy Harness lighting. We install all of it ourselves. We maintain it for you guys. So there's a 5-year warranty on all the lights. If something happens, got my cell phone number, you call me, I'll get it fixed for you. And then we will warrant everything ourselves too. So if there's an issue, we're the warranty company, we're the manufacturer, we're the installer. So start to finish, if there's a problem, it's all us. So we're going to take responsibility for all of that.
And I wanted to point out too, Mr. Phillips had shared on the past project, we had a 5-year guarantee on the lights, but not the service. And so we have to pay each time we have to have somebody come out, we have to pay for their labor. So what, again, Derek is saying is that for those 5 years, Energy Harness will warranty both labor and parts.
Yeah. And honestly, we're mostly trying to get good partners and make sure we help you out. Don't hold it against me. I was Wapahani, so I'm from the area. I still want to make sure you guys are taken care of as well. So if you get to 5.5 years, 6 years down the road, I'm gonna take care of you anyways. You know, this shouldn't go out. You should see your lights last for 10 plus years. But if something happens, obviously nobody's perfect, so something can happen. If it does happen, just let me know. I'll get it taken care of for you. You will see on there is a utility rebate, $10,000 from Indiana Michigan Power. You just pay the net amount, so it's $267,000. We will take care of the rebate. We'll file it for you, and we'll just wait for them to send it to us. We won't make you guys wait for that. You can see the return on investment for the entire project. It's 39 months. And after, we base it off of 11 years. So over the 11-year time span, after you've gotten your return on investment, you'll have saved the school $638,000. And again, that is a conservative number because in that 11 years.
8 to 3, 8 a.m. to 3, that number's figured on 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Is that what you said?
Correct. Yep. That is just 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We're not really doing, I don't try to overestimate on those, but in that 11 years, you're going to see, unfortunately, Indiana Michigan Power is going to increase their rates quite a bit. They're already going to be 5% more than likely next year. You guys are currently at, it's actually, I put it at 15 cents. It's actually based on the electric bills you sent me, it's 15.84% or cents, but
How long,
again,
how long have you been working with this place?
how long have I been here? I've been there for 4.5 years. Company's been around since 2010, so right when LED really started. One of the few companies that, especially that install and do all that. Actually, I don't know that you won't find another company that does manufacturing and installing all in one. Usually, you'll have an electrician that's going to install probably some cheap light that they found, or you'll have a wholesaler that's going to subcontract down an electrician to come up and install it for you. So. But yeah, we've been around since.
Derek doesn't know this either, but in addition to calling a couple schools, I also called a competitor just to get some perspective. And what I heard from the competitor was, can't imagine outbidding Energy Harness because of what Derek just said was that they manufacture their own lines.
Any questions on that portion of it?
Where are they manufactured? Where's your?
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah. Yeah, it's in it's right outside of Fort Myers is where it's actually located. Any other questions on that portion of it? I did give you a second page. The second page is based off of, obviously, we all know Indiana codes require anything over 150,000 to potentially get bids out for. There are a few different scenarios where they call special purchasing methods where you are able to go over that without the bid. I think we kind of landed on doing more of a phase 1 and phase 2. The main reason is the biggest portion of your savings is going to come from a 15-watt panel that we are just releasing. It's been in the works for many years. We've tested it extensively, so it is a just as good panel. That's actually a better panel because it's ultra efficient, but that's compared to a normal 30-watt panel. And until the end of April, we're doing the two panels at the same price. So you can get the 15-watt panel for this price, whereas if you were to do it in May, it's going to go up to the normal pricing, which is about $52,000 more for the whole project. So, and again, this is mostly just to get it installed and make sure, and to be honest, I'm going to use you guys as a reference when it is installed, so that you can tell us how great, tell other people how great it is. So,
and as Derek said, in speaking with bond councils, I spoke with Ice Miller and Baker Tilly earlier today. We could go ahead because I think you guys have already approved up to $10 million in projects. And so that's really already taken care of. My biggest concern in making a recommendation to do the entire project tonight is just that we have a little over 200,000 remaining in that 25 bond. And I think we'll have some better focus on when we'll get the next bond, but it'll probably not be until May or June where we could say phase 2. And so again, I appreciate Energy Harness to be able to break these two phases up so we can still benefit from the savings and do phase 1. Not
at the same price if we do it in 2 phases.
Correct. So what I did is broke it up in a way where phase 1 is all the 2x4 panels, which are the discounted product. So technically, phase one is just making sure you get the full discount on everything. Phase two is everything else.
Okay.
So that one doesn't necessarily have as big of a timeline. I'd love to be able to install it all when we're here to make it easier, and I can invoice however you need it, all that stuff. And you can see that you're covered multiple different ways if for some reason there were issues. Just from the savings itself covers you, but also I have this, I'll leave this with you, but this is our sole source letter. Like I said, we're pretty much the only company that's going to manufacture, distribute, install, maintain, and warrant all the product ourselves. So we have a sole source letter that states that, and we've had a lot of different schools that have used that sole source letter to be able to say, hey, we can't really bid this out because we're not comparing apples to apples. So
You have broken into how many panels that is for phase one?
it's 900, don't quote me, it's 957, I believe. It's pretty much just the junior, senior high and the elementary, right? But yeah, 957 panels, and then the rest are gonna be like strip lights or 2x2 panels, things like that, or these types of wrap fixtures going in here, so. Look different than this, but.
So, I would make a recommendation, Madam President, to our board to approve the first phase of this project tonight.
Okay, and that would be for the $128,238.
Yes. Correct.
Does anyone have any further questions? All right, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation to approve phase one of the lighting project. Do I hear a motion?
Madam President,
Yes, Mrs.
I
Reese.
so moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Yes, ma'am, I will second.
Thank you, Mr. Halbert. Recommendation has been moved and seconded. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
It could be a great partnership. The Wapahani, tribe would ride Broncos, Bronco horses. So it's just all natural.
It's easy. Whenever you're at Wapahani next, our lights are there too. So.
What year did you graduate?
2007.
So Brian Rouse was probably there then.
He was my principal. Yeah, I worked with him when he was at Wapahani still.
Okay.
And then I work with him now when he's at HSC.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's Frank.
All right. Our next item of business is the consideration of the creation of a Director of Technology position. Excuse me.
And Madam President, if I can just speak a little bit about this position. So as we've been talking about, and again, this goes back as well to think about how can we better save and also provide better customer service when it comes to tech across the district. And currently we've been using outsourcing to a vendor where we get 3 days of service, which one of the team pointed out today. It's only 3 days of service. But we would really like to bring somebody into the team to be able to be here 5 days a week. And we believe we can save off what we're currently paying the vendor as well. And so before we can hire a person, we need to be able to create the position. And so tonight you're simply creating a position. This is a non-certified position that we've identified as Director of Technology, and bring with the recommendation kind of the scope of what that looks like with salary. And again, I envision this to be a year-round position. And that would be at the next board meeting.
Are there any questions?
Dr. Stashevsky, anything else you want to add?
No, I fully support it.
All right, you've all heard the superintendent's recommendation to create a full-time Director of Technology position. Do I hear a recommendation?
Madam President,
Yes, Mrs. Anthony?
I so moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? Second. Thank you, Mrs. Reese. Recommendation has been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right, next item of business, the Daleville Community Schools Board of Trustees goals for the 2025-2026 school year. Are there any comments or, yes, Mrs.
I
Reese?
always have some comment. Teacher appreciations. Do we know when that is? I mean,
First week in May.
First week in May.
first week in May. I wondered if we wanted to do the pass out treats again. I think the staff appreciated it. It was easy. You got to go everywhere in one day.
Okay, yeah.
So let's make some dates on
Things to
that.
do that. Okay.
Are you principals okay with that? Let's do that.
Absolutely.
We didn't do too much caffeine last time. Mochas or
Keep them going.
Right.
I will say those coffees at Starbucks is where
They
you'll
have
have
to,
to
yes.
Yeah.
They might be disappointed if we don't show up with those again.
Say the teachers at the end.
And the guys got really excited when we said you could have more than one. Oh, we can? Yeah.
More than one coffee drink or more than one treat?
Yeah.
All right, that's a good idea, thank you. Anything else on our goals? I do not know what happened to my agenda, but it's gonna, yeah, okay,
It's gonna be Gavin.
yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
All right,
We did go to the conference. I think that was a good, staff development for us or professional development for us.
Sorry, I missed it.
yeah, me too, I was disappointed.
We learned so much. We're so much smarter, aren't we, Cassie?
We are. I am,
Well,
actually.
yeah.
It might not have been new information for you guys, but it was for me.
All right, now we're down to for the good of the cause.
Yeah, I just want a couple of things. One is that conference, and I would agree that I think there was some really good sessions. It's the first time I'd ever been to COSBA. I thought there were some really good sessions. The one strategic planning one that we went to, I shared with the strategic planning committee the other night that they had like 2 sessions. And so it really felt kind of like they were just kind of going through the motions, that presentation. And so I think our strategic planning committee felt really like, no, we're gonna see this through the long run. And so that was good. It was just good validation. And they also validated the importance of doing strategic planning. I did want to just provide an update because we had our second one this past Wednesday. And just for the board, but also public, the whole point is to bring together stakeholders, community, parents. We've got students in our student advisory, as Mr. Gondel pointed out, and staff to really talk about like, what is the purpose? And we actually asked that, what is the purpose of Daleville Community Schools? And so we're starting to pull that together. We're trying to figure out the cadence of like, how do we communicate that? Again, I've shared with the board minutes of that meeting, but how do we communicate that to the greater public as well? And then be able to bring recommendations to the board so that the board can actually do the strategic plan eventually. But again, some recommendations of like priorities. We also, people responded to, on the Monday after graduation, students should be able to do what? On the Monday after graduation, students should be able to know what. On the Monday after, they should be able to experience what. And so people starting to build this kind of profile of what a grad looks like. It's interesting, but it's also like when we start looking at an operations budget that is really tight and we have to prioritize, or even our education fund, and we have to think about programmatically where we're spending our dollars. I think at the end of this, it will be like the board and the community and everybody, we're on the same page as where we spend these dollars. Like this is, or as people come to us, because I like shiny things too. We go to conferences and you go and you're like, oh, that's awesome. And it's like, you can at least now can say, well, does it fit into this? And if we can say it fits into that, then we can go. But if it doesn't, it may be like, that's nice, but it doesn't fit into this. So I think that's the importance of this process, is that everybody gets aligned. And again, we're going to continue to be struggling, not just Daleville, but I mean, I think all public schools, all schools are going to be facing, budget decisions should any happen. So just wanted to bring that up. That was really good. Again, thank you to Daleville Elementary and staff for kindergarten roundup. Lighting project, thank you, Derek, for your work and also doing some pivots and helping support us with that as well. Very responsive to texts and calls, so I really appreciate that. Dr. S, thank you for Parent Square. Again, one of the things we heard was our communication, like our website is behind, our communication has been a little fragmented, and so Dr. S led this Parent Square communication where we moved from moving from School Messenger to Parent Square. And again, today during our cabinet meeting, it sounds like both buildings feel very, very good about the quality and the ease of Parent Square. We're going to work with our coaches. Dr. Fulton's going to work with our coaches so that they're using it with teams here in the near future as well. So I think that's it.
All right. Does anybody have anything else? Are there any questions? Okay. We are adjourned.